Borderlands is boring. It is unbelievably boring. This movie was unbearable to watch. And honestly, looking into what it is that just pertains around the movie, uh, going into the theaters to even watch this was one of those things where it's like, yeah, this kind of has no hope whatsoever. Ironically enough, I noticed that the promotion for it has come to a screeching halt after the movie finally released. But just bear with me in thinking on exactly what chances this movie had on actually being good. The director basically wanted to make a movie that was everything and anything but Borderlands because he was just constantly inspired by everything that he saw growing up. So that's all he wanted to make, which is stupid. You had writers that essentially have long since lost the plot of their own fucking game, where in the third installment is known for being one of the weakest and ridiculous elements within the series itself, as the game essentially kills off a bunch of major characters, introduces a bunch of annoying characters, and then goes beyond the notion of woke, because you know what video games are doing nowadays. It's stupid. It's always been stupid, and it's just gonna keep getting stupider. Boy, I can't wait for the video game awards to just wonder what's on the chopping block for that. You also have a litany of actors and actors playing roles that they, for whatever fucking reason, do not fit. They don't fit any of the roles that they had, but it was a star-studded cast, but a star-studded cast of characters that did not fit, and they were playing roles that weren't even supposed to be active within the first incarnation of Borderlands. This is all coming from someone who essentially did not play the games. I did not like Borderlands, so I never played it. Well, I played it, didn't like it, so there you go. I didn't finish it. But the game itself is known for being the game that started the looter shooter craze, and in the movie itself, they never have them loot. So, with all of that being the list of everything that could possibly be wrong on the outside, let's dive into what's wrong on the inside. Um, Quick little summary of the movie. The movie is about Lilith, a bounty hunter who was then tasked with the job of saving a girl named Tina. Tina happens to be the daughter of a guy that owns a corporation that essentially is trying to do something on this planet where everything is all fucked up. Tina was kidnapped supposedly by a man named Roland. Roland is played by Kevin Hart. Lilith is played by what's her name? I'm about to say Terry Bradshaw. Damn it, I can't even remember her name. But the she was on Lord of the Rings. She's old as shit. She's like 55 now, right now. But Cate Blanchett. Yeah, Lilith played by Cate Blanchett. Kevin Hart is played by Kevin Hart plays Roland, and Roland for some reason kidnapped Tina. So Cate Blanchett is tasked to go and find Tina to get her back, and when she gets her back, then her dad, the leader of this corporation, is going to be so happy. No way, shape, or form that he's evil or anything like that. So while she's doing her whole little thing, you meet a group of people who essentially are just psychos that live on Pandora. That's the name of the planet on Pandora. And while going around them, as well as the Crimson Guard, the Crimson Helm, I can't remember their name, and then finding Tina and Kevin Hart, they essentially make themselves a makeshift family, which could have actually been a story element that the movie could have had a positive with, but they fumbled that ball as well. But instead, they're just a group of people who are all excessively annoying, as well as collectively stupid. And shit just happens to fall together to where at the end, Tina believes that essentially her father only wants her so she can open up these vaults, because people only come to Pandora to open up vaults, but no one has ever actually did it because, and so then the twist is that it turns out that the vault could actually only be opened by Lilith. Oh, Wow. So she opens up a vault, awakens the power, and then essentially, turns Super Saiyan like they all do, and then just wins at the end. And then the movie's over with. There's no character development in this movie. There's no grandiose, exploitive, wonderful think piece within the story. There's nothing that actually happens or transpires. Shit just kind of, it doesn't even kind of, shit just does so the plot can go forward. Hey, I woke up in this area. This area happens to be where I used to live. How convenient. Also, there's a little thing here that didn't really warrant me coming here, but essentially, if I did come here, then I got myself a fucking Star Wars message where there was a message trapped inside of a robot that only appeared out after certain situations and circumstances were met, to which I was able to see the message, which led in to more plot. Blech. Crazy enough, Star Wars did it well. This movie was just clearly copying without any type of substance. It's all Naruto, if you ask me, because that's exactly what this is. So, when looking into this movie, everything about it is just so boring. I can't stress this enough. I was unbelievably bored watching this movie. I am telling you, you do not want to watch this. Crazy enough, there's only two scenes in the entire movie that I actually was like, huh. And that is the choreography. And it's only because of the choreography, but that is when Kevin Hart first is breaking Tina out of the little cell in the very beginning of the movie, and then it's a fight scene with Kevin Hart, Cate Blanchett, and all the psychos fighting these people called the Bloodshots underground. And that actually was a well choreographed fight scene with cool gunsmith work and whatnot. And one of the things was like an easy layup to a nod and a hint towards people who actually play Borderlands is that you're dealing with a bunch of crazy characters running around and they're just dropping like flies. You can have them have weapons to which the characters pick up and then use against the horde of enemies, because that is literally the essence of Borderlands. But, far be it from a gamer to tell someone who's making a movie about a fucking game on what you could do to make this okay. Claptrap was annoying because Claptrap is always supposed to be annoying, but Claptrap in the games is humorous sometimes. Claptrap in this movie is just annoying. And sadly enough, there was only one scene that I actually enjoyed Claptrap with, which was the actual scene that made me want to look at the movie, which was from the trailer, where he's basically shitting out a bunch of bullets after he got shot a bunch of times. Other than that, it was like Jack Black's comedy. And it's like you could tell you're holding back so much. Like this movie is just screaming, oh my God, we could have been a good movie if they just would have been smart. And it's like Jack Black can get raunchy. Jack Black was actually a fine voice for Claptrap. Jack Black can say the shit that Claptrap is known and is known for saying, which is iconic towards Borderlands. Again, haven't played the games, but I know a lot about the games. Just like Star Wars. But it's like all of that could have been done and it would have been fine, but instead you fumbled the ball. Why? I don't fucking know. It's just really, 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 really stupid. Cate Blanchett is old. She's old. She's super old. Cate Blanchett is old. Maria Shriver. Who is that in this movie? Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is old. Kevin Hart doesn't even look anything like Roland. Hell, Cate Blanchett is 55, and she played Lilith, who is supposed to be 25 upon the very first Borderlands game. What the fuck? Then you also have a doctor character being played by the main chick from the Halloween movies. I forget. I swear I forget. You have her being playing this doctor chick who's also supposed to be like in her 20s, that is legitimately crazy within the Borderlands games, but this movie decided to showcase her as basically just having autism. the go-to quirky thing rather than just her being batshit nuts, which is what the game entails because that's the point of Borderlands. Pandora is a fucked up place, which makes people really crazy in order to survive there. There's no explanations given behind any of the actions that are done within this movie. You have no idea why Kevin Hart is trying to save the girl. You have no idea why the girl is, for some reason, a bombs expert and just likes blowing shit up or using weapons or is good at using a gun. You have no idea why Lilith apparently has this power and is able to open up the vault key. You have no idea why this psycho was friends with Tina and then is just willing to help her out. All of this shit is stuff that whereas like in the games there's an explanation behind it and then it kind of puts it all together, while within this movie they just kind of going off the expectations that do you get it or do you already know, so you just kind of melds together. And one of the biggest rules against for making a video game movie is that you don't do it with the idea of the video game audience in mind. Do it with the idea of normies watching this fucking thing and having no idea what the hell the source material is. But when you're dealing with an idiot, they can't think like that. They don't function like a regular person because they're stupid. See how that works? They're retarded. So they make retarded stuff. Like the Borderlands movie. It's retarded. So, despite the fact that, like, nothing is said, nothing is put together, nothing actually is just congruent at all, everything is just kind of all over the place, the fact that the movie just goes shot for shot, hit for hit, unbelievably boring, is just it just makes it the biggest waste of time I've ever had the displeasure of seeing. This, it's wrong to say that this movie is bad because it's worse than that. It's not unwatchable. That I won't say. I won't say unwatchable, but for the love of God, you shouldn't watch it. This is the kind of movie you play in detention in high school when there's like, or no, make it worse. This is the kind of movie that you play in a classroom full of the kids who couldn't get their parents to sign a permission slip for them to go on a little field trip. Just to drive it in deeper. You should have just all you had to do was get a piece of paper signed. You wouldn't have to suffer through this. But like I said, this movie is ridiculous, and even to the point of like digging or trying to find out stuff about the video game makes this movie even that much more unbearable. To whereas the characters that they use within the movie, a majority of them are only actually appear only in the Borderlands 2 video game, and then those characters aren't even playable characters. Then you have the unbelievable notion of just basically miscasting a bunch of people, but also you have it to where it doesn't do the looter shooter concept, which is what Borderlands is known for, and that's one of the things that makes it incredibly popular. And then you also tame it down relentlessly by making the movie PG-13 when Borderlands could easily be a rated R kind of video game, or it should be is an mature kind of video game, as you have them killing and maiming a bunch of people, body parts fly in the air and shit like that. It's just a crass, humorous romp of a video game, and that's all you really need your movie to be. The story isn't anything that far-fetched or that complex to where it would have went over anyone's head, but it still would have been somewhat enjoyable to see that actually play out within a movie. Hell, the creator or the game director of Borderlands was supposedly at the premiere talking to influencers, trying to gauge their reaction towards the fact that they did a little switcheroo twist in the movie where you're not supposed to know that Lilith is actually a siren until the end, but instead Tina might have been the siren. And for some reason, this made sense to these people, or to him in particular. When you play Borderlands, they introduce Lilith as a siren. this movie doesn't give you any idea over the importance of what a siren is. Let alone why would Lilith be the only one that's capable of opening up the fucking vault? It it's so bad. It's just so unbelievably bad. And it's like, did you like my twist? And it's like, what twist? You didn't do a twist at all. If you would have concluded with Tina being a siren, that would have been the twist. But again, to normies, they would have had no idea what that meant. To them, Tina would have been the one with the powers, not Lilith. You don't make any fucking sense, you moron. It's so stupid. You just keep getting stupider. So again, there's so much anyone can say about this, but that just goes, without saying. This is not a good movie. This is a movie that's not worth buying. This is a movie that's not even worth looking into. If you even think that this would give you some clue as to what the Borderland games are, not happening. Just really not happening. But it goes to show you that even though they were working in tandem with the actual developers of Borderlands for this movie, the fact that it came out so bad should probably tell you exactly how far gone Borderlands, the franchise itself, is at. And you do with that information what you will. I, on the other hand, I'm just gonna put this movie in the back of my brain, never think about it again, and continue to not play the Borderlands games because I hear they get so much worse. What's the character name? Eve? Yeah. All the Borderlands fans who might happen to look at this video, Eve. let me know more about Eve. tell me how much you love Eve. I think that's her name. God. It's just sucks. It's just so stupid. Ah, man. All in all, I can honestly say that was a waste of money. I wasted money. The time, you would think that'd be worse, but I'm more so upset about the money. I'm more upset about the money than I am the time. Yeah, so that's my review for the Borderlands movie. Okay, bye.